Welcome back to School's Challenge Quiz. It's the 15th match in round 1 and the scores are Old Harbour High on 3, Oberlin High on 0. It's now time for the speed challenge, in which teams can answer as many questions as possible in 3 separate 60-second periods. Old Harbour High, it's time for your first minute. Old Harbour, in the Bible, who climbed a sycamore tree to see... Correct. What is the name for a protein molecule which triggers the immune system to produce antibodies against it?
Pass.
Antigen. Form a noun from candid.
Candidate.
No. Candor or candidness. Who is the German Chancellor?
Olaf Scholz.
Correct. What is the capital of Cambodia?
Phnom Penh.
Correct. Obsidian is an example of which type of rock?
Sedimentary.
Incorrect. Igneous. Which artist recorded the single Seven Rings?
Ariana Grande.
Correct. What is the name for the amount of electricity that passes when 1 ampere of electric current flows for 1 second?
1 volt.
Incorrect. Coulomb. The simple interest on a sum of money which was invested for 4 years at 8% per annum was $144. What was the sum invested?
Pass.
$450. Which character did Jennifer Aniston play in the TV sitcom Friends?
Rachel.
Correct. With which Amerindian group is Emperor...
Mayans.
No, the Emperor Montezuma is associated with the Aztecs. But that's the end of the first minute for Old Harbour High. Now we go back to Oberlin High for their first minute. Oberlin, in the Bible, what was the profession of Matthew prior to becoming
Tax collector.
Yes. What is the name for the structure in a nerve cell that conducts electrical impulses from the cell body to the nerve?
Pass.
Axon. Form a noun from the adjective absurd.
Pass.
Absurdity or absurd. For how many years was Angela Merkel the German Chancellor?
7 years.
No, 16. What is the capital of Bhutan?
Pass.
Thimphu. Coal is an example of which type of rock?
Sedimentary.
Correct. Which artist recorded the single Hard Place?
Katy Perry.
No, HER. What is 1 Faraday of electric charge expressed in coulombs to the nearest
Pass.
100 coulombs? 96,500 coulombs. A man invested $2,400 at simple interest for 3 months at 5% per annum. What was the interest he received?
Pass.
$30. Which character did Lisa Kudrow play in the TV sitcom Friends?
Pass.
Phoebe Buffet. What was the name of the Amerindian people living in Peru and Ecuador?
Pass.
The Incas. For which U.S. We'll hold that one. That brings us to the end of the first minute for Oberlin High. Now we're going to go back to Old Harbour High for their second minute. Old Harbour, for which U.S. NBA team does Trae Young play?
Brooklyn Nets.
No, Atlanta Hawks. Give the first name of the man after whom the Vernier caliper is named.
Pierre.
Correct. Translate the following expression to English. El próximo mes.
No. Next month.
Yes. Who wrote the novel Brown Girl Dreaming?
George Ami.
Incorrect. Jacqueline Woodson. Complete the Jamaican proverb. Thank you no buy half bit.
Eat by pint.
No, bread. In the Bible, which of his sons did Jacob say was unstable as water?
Zebulon.
Incorrect. Reuben. What is the name of the most sensitive part of the retina where most light rays are focused?
Charles.
No, just the fovea or macula lutea. By adding a prefix, give the opposite of protected.
Unprotected.
Correct. What is the middle name of Jamaica's Prime Minister?
Michael.
Correct. Dendrophobia is a fear of what?
Trees.
Correct. On what date or which date is the sun overhead at the Tropic of Cancer?
June 21st.
Correct. Which artist? All right, and we'll hold that one. End of the second minute for Old Harbour, and now we're going to go back to Oberlin High for their second minute. Oberlin. For which U.S. NBA team does Al Horford play?
The Lakers.
No, the Boston Celtics. Give the first name of the man after whom Dalton's Law is named.
John.
Correct. Translate the following expression to English. La semana pasada.
Pass.
Last week. Who wrote the novel The Nickel Boys?
George Orwell.
No, Colson Whitehead. Complete the Jamaican proverb. Quati bread full?
Basket.
Incorrect. Monkey belly. In the Bible, of what metal was the head of the image in Nebuchadnezzar's
Gold.
dream? Yes. Which part of the eye contains blood vessels to supply the retina with food and oxygen?
Lens.
Incorrect. Choroid. By adding a prefix, give the opposite of redeemable.
Irredeemable.
Correct. What is the middle name of Jamaica's Governor General?
Pass.
Linton, what is the name for fear of time?
Pass.
Chronophobia, on which date is the sun back on the equator?
September 21st.
No, September 23. Which artist recorded the song You Need to Calm Down?
Katy Perry.
Incorrect. That would be Taylor Swift. And that's the end of the second minute for Oberlin High. Now back to Old Harbour for their third and final minute. Old Harbour, which artist recorded the song Truth Hurts?
Ariana Grande.
No, Lizzo. What is formed by the hydrogenation of ethene?
Ethene. This is ethanol and water.
No, ethane. What is the value of the Roman numerals MDCCC?
This is 1,800.
Correct. Who played the role of Chester Phillips in the movie Captain America, the First Avenger?
Pass.
Tommy Lee Jones. Which variant of the COVID-19 virus begins with the letter O?
Omicron.
Correct. For which country does Lorenzo Insigne play international football?
France.
Incorrect. Italy. What is the name for the distance between the optical center of a lens of a mirror and its...
Focal length.
Yes. Translate into English, el cumpleaños de mi tía.
It's the birthday of my aunt.
My aunt's birthday. Who is the author of the novel Company of Cowards?
Pass.
Jack Schaefer. In which Jamaican parish?
St. Catherine.
Incorrect. Is the Galena Lighthouse, and that would be St. Mary. Okay, that's the end of the third and final minute for Old Harbour, and now we go to Oberlin for their third and final. Oberlin, what is the collective name for elements with atomic numbers 90 to 103 on the periodic table?
Pass.
Actinides. What is the value of the Roman numerals CDLV?
Pass.
455. Who played the role of Steve Rogers in the movie Captain America, the First
Pass.
Avenger? Chris Evans. What was the name of the first variant of the COVID-19 virus?
Pass.
Alpha. For which country does Kareem Adeyemi play international football?
Argentina.
Incorrect. Germany. What is the name for the effective diameter of a lens or mirror?
Pass.
Aperture. Translate into English, pasado mañana.
Pass.
The day after tomorrow. Who is the author of the novel Tortilla Flat?
C.L.R. James.
Incorrect. John Steinbeck. In which Jamaican parish is the Portland Point Lighthouse?
Portland.
Incorrect. Clarendon. In the Bible, which name means sons of thunder?
Pass.
Boanerges. What is the source of the gastric digestive juice in the stomach? And that would be gastric glands. There's no time to answer that. That brings us to the end of the third and final minute for Oberlin and the end of our speed challenge. Scores at this time: Old Harbour High on 18, Oberlin High on 5. When we come back, it's the exciting buzzer challenge which will decide our winners. Stay tuned. The 15th match in round 1 of TVJ Schools Challenge Quiz returns right after this.